It's 2026. Welcome back to Popcorn and Possibilities. I'm sorry, it's not that hype right now. I don't know. We had a dud of a movie, so it's off to a slow start. And how are we doing today? Steph?
We are ready to hit the ground running in the new year. But I am so with you. Like coming off of the end of the year is always such a slog. I'm so tired and I need to get my head back in the mindset of, functioning like a proper human being because the last week of the year is a wash. I am basically non-functional. Um,
I wish they just gave us off like all of January because it's just, you
yeah.
need that month to
Yes.
refresh here.
And January is such a long month, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Awful.
31 days of what the fuck am I even doing?
And it's freezing and it's dark all the time. There's nothing motivating about January. Zero things.
No, no. And then New Year's is I'm sorry, it's a dead holiday. It doesn't do it. Like the ball dropping is so boring. It's not
It's
even
beyond boring. It's beyond boring. And let's be real, half the time I'm lucky if I even give a shit enough to stay up until midnight.
right. Right.
Like, it's another day.
What are you gonna see? Pitbull perform down in Miami? Like
Listen, let's watch our words. Let's not be besmirching Pitbull.
ugh, anti Pitbull. Get him out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Didn't
Pitbull.
allow
He's
him at the
Mr.
wedding.
Worldwide.
No, he's Mr. Go off the air. I don't
No,
want it.
he's fantastic.
Yeah, he was on my anti playlist of he
Really?
was not allowed to be played.
I like Pitbull.
I don't know.
Pitbull's not my favorite like reggaeton artist by any stretch of the imagination, but I do like him. I think he's fun. He's all over the place. He brings a certain, je ne sais quoi. I love it. It gets me hype. Cayocho.
Anyway, we need something to flare it up. I don't know what that is. I was trying to think
I
before
know.
we were recording today, and I don't know. It's just like like as a kid, when you're in your 20s, it's fun. I guess you go out,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But when you're in the work life, you're out of school, and it's no longer like you're off from school. It's like what the?
Well,
Just go
it's
back to
also
work the next day.
funny. It's funny because when you're young and you're watching like the New Year's Rockin' Eve or whatever on TV and everybody's in Times Square, it's like, "Oh, this is so cool and it's so fun." It's actually a nightmare. They literally pen you into that area and you cannot leave once you're there.
Yeah, which is insane. I don't know why anybody would do it.
I don't either. I would never sign myself up for that. But also, I feel like I don't know, every year I feel like the musical acts are either shorter or they don't have the same wow factor that they used to. And maybe it is because I'm older now and when I was younger everything was exciting because it was New Year's. I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah.
But I agree. We need to spice up New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. New Year's Day I'm actually, you know what, I take that back. I'm okay with that being a chill.
Yeah, because we're off. I mean,
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
most part, that's like the one good thing, I guess, about it. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe if we had the whole week guaranteed off, it would be a little helpful. I don't know. It's
Well,
just,
that's another good point is that like when you're in school, be that elementary, middle, high school, college, usually by the time you get to the end of December and the holiday season, finals are over, you're on holiday break until the end of the new year. So you also have New Year's Eve as a day off. When
yeah,
you're in the working world, that is not a recognized holiday at I don't think anywhere. So half the time, like we were saying, the you're getting ready for midnight and you worked all day.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the energy and the motivation to be hype about New Year's Eve just is not there anymore.
I am curious, like, who fooled you into thinking I gotta be in New York City?
I don't
It's
know, man.
just like it's not even something that like okay, maybe we're spoiled because we're from New York, but like it's not a place to be. And when
No.
when you hear about it, like you said, you stand there. It's like, where are you going to the bathroom? You're wearing
You
pull-ups? Like,
yes.
yeah, like
That is the only that or like you are just doing what you got to do, man, with no regard. It's crazy.
walking around with piss pants. I mean, what are you doing?
In like sub 20
Disgusting.
degree weather.
Yeah. Can't
The
even
whole
go
thing
get
is
food. You're just scrounging in a circle, eating peanut butter and jelly. Like, this sucks.
it sounds
Just
so
to see a
bad.
ball drop? Woo!
That takes literally like 30 seconds, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't. And it always kills me because like when they're panning around the crowd, if I ever flick on, I don't turn on the New Year's Rockin' Eve usually until the very end when the ball is about to drop. Like
Yeah.
if I'm
Yeah.
with a group of friends or whatever, because we do still try to make New Year's Eve feel like something.
Yeah, that's
But
good. Yeah.
we'll flick on the New Year's Rockin' Eve, usually towards the end of the last musical performance before they start the countdown. And you pan around and you've got just this strange mix of vibes. You've got the people who are like so hyped, they're like freaking out and screaming. Then you've got the people who are just straight up miserable. Like they've had enough, they've been there all day, they probably haven't eaten decent food, gone to a bathroom, whatever. And then you've got the people who just look like completely indifferent, and it begs the question, why are you even there?
Yeah. No.
Like, at least the people who look miserable and burned out, they probably were excited when they got there, and then they were like, oh shit, I didn't put two and two together. I was going to be standing here for 13 hours, and I wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to do anything.
Right, because you got to get there pretty early to get
Yeah.
a decent spot too.
Mhm.
So it's like I wouldn't last, especially if you're drinking. Forget it. The
No
moment I
way.
broke the seal, that'd be it. I'm
That's
going
it. Yeah.
home. See you later. Maybe next year. It's outdated. Uh, but here's one thing I will say. I do, for the first time last year, I gave myself some, I don't know why I always trip this word up, but resolutions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So last year I gave myself some realistic ones, and I was able to do a couple of them. I kind of kept track as I was going. So I would like to try it again this year. And I think if you're listening now and you're like, I don't want to fucking do it every year, I say I'm going to work out and I never do, like maybe you need to scale it back is my advice. So if it's like you want to work out more, try with like I'm going to work out twice a month or once a month.
Right.
Start low cuz like 1% better every day is still a percent better. So I kept it small. I wanted to read more books. I started out just wanting to read one a month. I got to 21. I wanted to get to 25 because of the old millennial, like, elementary school.
It's got to be a round number. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted my personal pan pizza and stuff, but yeah, so this year I'm gonna try to like go through a series this time. I don't know what that'll be just yet. But that's my goal. I want to test the food boundaries a little. I tried sushi for the first time last year. So this time around I want to like maybe dive into another seafood dish. I've never had a lobster roll sober, so
Oh, fun.
I don't know. But these are things right now. I haven't compiled the whole list.
I think what you said is the key to New Year's resolutions actually meaning something. I think that when you listen, I'm a firm believer in goal setting and shoot for the moon, right? Don't self limit, don't do anything like that. But resolutions begin to feel a little bit obligatory and less meaningful when, like you said, every year it's like, I need to diet and exercise, I need to lose weight, I need I need to get a promotion at my job, whatever the case may be. Do I think it's nice to have those personal goals for yourself? Yes. But when it comes to making meaningful resolutions, I agree with you that focusing on small wins and things that you can build up as the year goes on, that is what helps you stick to the resolutions And it also helps you when you get to this time of the year, look back and reflect and really feel like you've accomplished something and done something meaningful. Um, so I think that's critical because every year that I tried to set insane goals for myself, I would get to the end of the year and be like, "Oh, what's the point? This is
I
useless."
do shit.
Yeah. Or if you're a millennial perfectionist, which God knows most of
Yeah.
us are,
Yeah.
you look back and you're like, well, I can't cross that off the list, and I didn't get that done, and I said I was going to do that, and I didn't make as much progress as I want. And instead of it becoming a meaningful way to show how far you've come in a year, you
Yeah.
end up obsessing over the fact that you didn't do every single last thing that you wanted to do. So keep your list small, keep it meaningful, and keep it manageable. And that will ensure that you feel successful looking back and that you can continue to build on anything that maybe you didn't do to the level that you had hoped you were going to do.
Right. Right. Especially if it's like, because the common one is always like working out and dieting, like you said.
Yeah.
So like, tell yourself like, okay, maybe I didn't get to start off working out right, but you know what? Every Tuesday, I
I take a walk on my
I
lunch
take a
break.
walk, or I did a healthy option of food.
Right. Right.
Like something like that is a small win, like Steph said, it just kind of builds from there. It's more of like a building blocks.
Yeah.
Got to see the pixels in order to see the bigger picture, is what I
Aw,
like to say. So,
I love that.
one of our goals from last year was to make this podcast, and here we are. I think we surprised ourselves. I think you and I both talk about this a lot, was seeing the growth on social media. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. There's things that we think are good and it doesn't get a lot of attention, and there's things we're like, maybe it's nothing, and it gets something. So I've enjoyed it. It's nice to have like a dive into movies that maybe I haven't seen, or ones that I thought were good. Yikes.
It's been so fun stepping outside of our comfort zones, right? I have
Mm,
never been somebody to put myself out there in this way. And I think we touched on this at least when we first started. This was a way for us to kind of unleash some creativity that maybe gets stifled a little bit when you're pigeonholed into a corporate 9 to 5 type grind.
right.
So it's been fun to kind of reignite that side of myself. It's been a ton of fun getting to sit down with you and debrief, some classics to me, some classics to you, some things we had just never gotten around to seeing. And I
Yeah.
think what's been really fun in the last couple of, months is really getting to hear other people's stories, open up those doors of conversation,
Mm,
um, and just really engage with people and stories that normally we wouldn't be exposed to.
yeah. Especially with like the first couple of interviews, it's been
Yeah.
interesting to kind of see outside the box. We do love like any kind of feedback. So if there's something you want more of, or if there's like a movie you want us to check out, definitely reach out to us, send us a message. Don't be shy. We're your couch potato companion, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
or wherever you're listening, maybe the car. So we watched
Oh God.
a movie that it's called Snow Day. It came out in 2000. It's a Nickelodeon Studios one. It was pretty popular. I thought maybe you have seen it. You have not seen it.
I
I
had not. Full disclosure, I had heard of the movie. I
Mm,
originally thought I was being asked to watch Snow Dogs with Cuba Gooding Jr. And then realized no, it was this other movie, which I had heard of but had never seen. And my God, what an experience it was.
uh, I had seen it. I'm pretty sure in theaters, but um, so it did have a good place in my heart way back when. The ratings, however, and Steph, however,
Me and the ratings are calibrated on this one, I think.
so Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 29%. Popcorn has it at a 27%. Metacritic has it at 34.
Oh my
User has it at a 6.3. Let's go, users! I think it was like 6 people.
God.
IMDb has it at 5.2 out of 10. So rough would be an understatement.
Beyond rough.
It is starring Chevy Chase. He plays the dad /
God.
weatherman, Tom Branston.
Yeah.
A lot of strange cameos, you say?
Chili from TLC randomly appears for 30 seconds in this movie. Iggy Pop is in this movie for 45 seconds. And when I say brief random cameos, I'm literally talking a minute or less these people pop up. It is very bizarre.
Mhm.
Very, very bizarre. But what is his name? Is it Mark Webber?
Yeah, Mark Webber. Mhm.
Mark Webber plays kind of our protagonist, I guess, Hal.
Hal, yeah.
And while I didn't care much for Hal or this movie, Mark Webber plays Stephen Stills in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which is one of my favorite movies, and he was phenomenal in that. So
Mhm.
the second, I had one of those moments where most of the movie I would not recognize him, but there was
Okay.
one, because he's like so much younger in this movie, significantly younger. But
Mhm.
there was one shot, and I thought to myself, I'm like, I know this face. And that's when I went to IMDb and I found it, and then I couldn't unsee it once I knew. Um, but yeah, that was a
Uh,
fun fact for me. I don't think that made it to the fun fact list, but for me, that was super
No.
cool.
The fun facts were a little bit rough this go around.
Oh God.
I guess it just wasn't as popular as I maybe thought.
Maybe
I
it
don't
was
know, man.
popular in your age demographic when you saw it, but the world at large was like, what is this?
I feel like I just discovered Santa Claus isn't real. Uh, I'll just say them because they're not that great. But the film was originally intended to be the Adventures of Pete and Pete. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do. That's really interesting.
It meant to be a movie, but it was shelved for a few years, and when they came back, the show ended. So they just decided to
Oh,
rewrite it.
interesting.
It was filmed in Canada, in Edmonton, Alberta.
Oh, cool.
The news anchor woman and sportscaster in the film are real life anchors for a television station in Edmonton, Alberta.
Cool.
Chris Elliott, the snowplow man, you had talked about this, but he
Got a
was
strong
asked by the
hand.
director. He was asked by the director to stop brushing his teeth to add to the character. He complied,
Oh,
and that's why his teeth look the way they do.
ew. Okay, so secondary, supplementary fun fact to this fun fact. As Brian and I were watching this, the first thing I said when Chris Elliott came on screen was, and I quote, "Bro, invest in a toothbrush." So, mission accomplished, I guess. Oh, God, nasty.
All the snow used in close-up shots on set was created by a snow machine that uses treated sewage water on loan from
Ew.
LA. Which, yeah, what is, like, even if it's treated, why would why can't you
Ugh,
just use regular water? I don't understand, but
that's disgusting.
yeah.
Ugh.
Uh, and then the last one I got here is this is the last time Chevy Chase would appear on a poster of a movie until Hot Tub Time Machine in 2010. So 10 years later.
Interesting.
Hot Tub Time Machine's an underrated movie.
That's a classic. I agree with you. It's John Cusack, so it should be no surprise to anybody listening that I loved it because I love John Cusack, but
I am surprised that you watched it until you said John Cusack, and I'm like, never mind. Now I know.
yeah. If I'm nothing else, I'm consistent.
But yeah, so it's over. It's Hal is the main character. It's basically schools are closed for the day because of snow, which I agree with you. It doesn't make sense because it's Syracuse, New York.
Yeah, we have to unpack this for a second. So, I was a Western New Yorker for some time, not in Syracuse, but close. I was in Buffalo for a period of time.
Right.
And they're complaining at the start of this movie that it's hot enough to barbecue in the middle of winter.
Right.
My brother, I tell you this, as someone who lived in that area, Never. That is the most unrealistic thing. You could have said unseasonably warm.
Hmm.
Sure. But like you would not be out grilling in shorts and a t-shirt in January in Syracuse, New York. I don't think at any point in time ever.
It was because of El Nino.
Oh my god. El Nino, yeah,
Yeah.
lest we forget. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I now when you watch it, you're like, what? Like, no. So they end up getting snow through movie magic.
Anything can happen
Anything
once
can
the snow
happen.
comes.
So snow happens, schools are closed, kids are amped. I remember at least 2 school days of close. I think everybody remembers the infamous 1996 blizzard.
Yes.
Okay, so you were making a
Yes.
face. I was like,
Yes.
oh.
I was going through the Rolodex of snow I remember in my life, but yes, I do remember that blizzard. It's all my
Yeah.
parents talked about for probably 2 years
That,
following that blizzard.
I'd have to look it up. I don't remember like how much it was, but I remember it being like
Significant. It was significant.
Yeah.
I remember, so one of the things that was a hit of nostalgia for me in this movie was all the kids sitting around the breakfast table, either watching the news or listening to the radio to hear the school closing announcements.
Yep.
Because I remember sitting in front of the TV watching they used to have the little scroll bar on the bottom with all the school districts that were closed. My school district notoriously did not close. They would give you like a 2-hour delay if you were lucky, and that was that. So I do remember a few snow days in my childhood, but not many. Not many at all.
And it's crazy because it was like it had to be like legit. I want to say like 10 inches at least.
Yeah, like buses
before they
physically
considered
would
it.
not be able to run. Yeah, 100%.
And now I think it's like, oh, there's 2 inches. Better delay.
Shut it down.
Like, God damn it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the sitting on watching the screen like you said, and then the radio.
Yeah.
Just like 880 or 1010, whatever it was.
Yeah. Yep.
And the other takeaway from it is like when you're younger and you're watching this movie, it's like all these kids grouping together for this snow day, but like maybe that's just like a small town thing, I don't know, but like everybody I went to elementary school was so spread out. There was only like 4, maybe 5 kids in my neighborhood that were around, so it's like a big misconception there.
That and like you said, when we had school closures, people couldn't get out of their freaking front doors, let alone gather 6 dozen kids in the neighborhood to rally around a cause. That was not a thing that went down. Yeah, just not for me either. And I did have several people that lived in more so for elementary school. Once you got to middle school, people were pretty spread out. But in elementary school, my immediate town,
Right.
I think had like 4 elementary schools. So they kind of had everybody in a close proximity all going to the same locations.
Okay.
But again, people were not trying to find snow tunnels to hang out in and then get the whole neighborhood together. That's just that's just not realistic.
The snow tunnel, which as a kid I was like, this is awesome, I want this. But when you watch it on this look back, you're like, how the fuck did they run electricity through? They had the whole extension cords.
I know.
TV setup. It just there's no way.
No way. Nope.
Josh Peck being in it too, like what a
he was crazy.
A baby.
He was a baby.
And also they made him fart like every time on screen. I'm like I get it.
That also got extremely old really fast for me.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Yeah. I didn't realize how much it was, and then you're like, it's like every scene you hear the same fart noise, and you're like, Jesus Christ, land the plane. We get it. He's chubby and he farts because he's chubby.
Right.
Like,
we've talked about this in our conversations before, but the
Yeah.
90s and early 2000s were like a nightmare for poking fun at anybody who wasn't extremely thin.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't have to get into it all over again, but like we never stood a chance when it comes to our self-confidence and body image and relationship with food and all these other things. Because
You're
like
fat, you're fart, that's it.
right, right,
You're full of gas.
exactly. It just I feel like whenever a character was, the on the I don't even want to say on the chubby side because half the time it was just a normally sized person, but
Yeah.
everybody else was so extremely thin.
Mhm.
Whoever was, I'll say, like the bigger person in the group was always the butt of every joke, and it's so hard to go back and watch it because
Yeah.
I'm looking at it with through such a different lens now. Um,
That's the
but
big thing, yeah, it's like such a different lens
right.
comparatively.
Right, like, that's what I was gonna say. I don't wanna take away that at the time that this movie came out, that was very normal, and
Mhm.
people probably wouldn't have bat an eyelash watching it in 2000 because that was extremely common in that time. But going back and watching it now as an adult and knowing what I know about myself and about the world and all of these things, I just, it really it makes for a very hard watch. I don't know why, it just does.
Yeah, and that was only, like, half the movie because the other half is spent with the brother Hal, Mr. Mark Webber, and he finds a whale ankle bracelet and, has a huge crush on Claire.
Yep.
I forget her name. I think it's, like, Emmanuel Shariqui or something like that. Anyway,
Something like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So he's convinced that if he gives her this bracelet and he asks her out, she'll want to go out with him, she'll want to be with him. She had just broke up with Chuck, who was like the typical I don't
Dude,
even
bro, jock.
yeah, rich bro Chuck. Who just was dumb as a doorknob. I don't
That's
know why
one
they
of my
always make
favorite lines from the movie. Like, what's Chuck gonna think? And she says, Chuck doesn't think. That was very funny to me.
Yeah. Yeah. His best friend, I guess, Lane,
Yes.
short for I don't know. But, and the other thing is the third friend who like had 4 lines in the entire movie. If that
And
like
then
was
peaced
he just a
out.
stoner? Like is that what you were trying to tell me? Like I
I don't know.
why was he so
So
pointlessly there?
random. I don't know.
He's just not he like literally did nothing at all
Nothing.
to move the
Zero
plot.
things. Yeah.
The hardest part, which was a hard part for me as a kid, was when Lane tries to talk up Hal in front of
Oh,
that
God.
group
Yeah.
of
Yep.
girls, like the popular
Yep.
girls. I still cringe at that moment. I
That is a
could,
brutal scene.
yeah, yeah.
But
uh,
also, like, not for anything, what was the story you picked there? You could have gone with something a little more regular, not like he gave CPR to my bird. I don't know.
a
That was
chick.
admittedly very strange choice of, anecdotes to try to gas somebody up in front of a group of popular kids. You could have
You
picked anything else.
gave CPR to a chick? No way. Not. Yeah, I agree. Not the answer to go with on that
No,
one.
no. Like it's a tough watch and I feel really bad for Lane, but I also don't blame anybody else for their reaction because I too probably would have been like, "What are you talking about?" It either sounds insanely fake or just so weird that you can't get your brain around it. I don't know.
That yeah. It was also weird. The first part of the movie, I didn't really pick up the vibe that like, oh, she was like in love with him.
Into him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah, like
agree.
it didn't
No.
seem like that. And then all of a sudden it shifted once he was just like obsessing over Claire.
Yeah.
And then when she was like, "Oh, why don't you just go out with whatever that girl's name was?" And he's like, "Oh, she's a leg jiggler." what the fuck does that even mean? Like, that's not even a good.
Is that really the make or break as to
Right.
whether or not you're gonna date somebody? What?
It's a little superficial there, Hal.
Yeah, just a little bit, my guy. Like, let's be realistic here. Everybody's got their quirks, my guy.
I'm trying
Jeez.
to look for that quote. Did you take that down?
About the meaning of true love is finding somebody you could stand to be in a room with for more than 10 seconds.
That's
Something
it.
like that. Yeah.
That is the
The
best
best
line of the
line.
mine of
I agree.
the movie. Yeah.
I agree. Hands down.
I think that's the best part of the story too, is that like he doesn't end up with Claire. It's not like a happily ever after. Although he did kiss both girls, so
Yeah,
I mean,
our guy Hal, he was really playing the field in this
he was
one.
playing the field for sure. The snowplow man was unhinged, kidnapping kids over his bird. Which
Also, what a there were so many threads throughout this plot, like, that didn't connect anywhere or have anything to do with each other. It was very hard to stay focused or care about anything that was going on because, like, why is Snowplow Man the villain of the neighborhood? Also, weren't you all upset in the beginning of the movie that it never snows? So how does this guy even have lore if you never get snow?
Good
The whole
point.
thing.
Good
It was
point.
so weird.
Even kidnapping the bird, like you could have held the bird, take the keys out, and then said "fuck the bird" and leave him in the
Right.
truck, and then you could have thrown the keys somewhere, and then you would have solved your whole movie, your whole problem. All for a second snow day. There was like 24 inches of snow in some parts of this movie. There's no way that
Yes,
was
you
getting
were not
cleared.
digging out in a day.
No.
I don't care how good your snowplow is. And then, like, the weird weatherman rivalry. Just there was too much going on in this movie.
Yeah, like Chevy Chase and the other guy, I forget his name, but they weren't even like Chevy Chase wasn't even somebody to root for. Like
No.
his best moment was the first scene or second scene, wherever he gives the snow globe to Natalie.
Yeah.
And that's like the best thing he does, because the rest of the movie he's completely unhinged. Like
Right.
when he's like tackling the kid over the statue, the ice sculpture, like you're fired at this point.
Yeah.
There's no way you're coming back from that. It was on TV too. It wasn't like he just did it.
Right. And then also, like, him becoming the better weatherman meant nothing.
Mhm.
It didn't tie up a plot line. It didn't further the plot. It didn't mean anything.
No. I think it was just legit. He was a name, and they gave him a small story just to
get him to sign on for the project.
just to get him to sign on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Natalie, you were not a fan of.
Oh my god, all the camera shots of her with the one snowflake and it falling on her tongue. It was so weird. They did this like 2 or 3 times.
Mhm.
So strange. And now, knowing it might have been treated sewage water, like, I don't know. This whole thing is not sitting great with me. And then her driving the snowplow at the end. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Ain't no way that girl's feet were reaching the pedals of a fucking snowplow. Come on. Ridiculous.
Grand Theft Auto.
Then you hit Chuck and he lives? No way. No way. There was too much that broke my suspension of disbelief in this movie. Nothing was realistic and nothing mattered or made sense. Even Hal getting on the news to like tell Claire, I know what kind of bubble gum you choose. First of all, who cares? And second of all, no. That would, I mean, maybe if it was a local news station, maybe you could like sneak on and do something like that. But also nobody would care. What are the odds that she would be watching TV at that exact moment on that exact channel and it would ultimately end up mattering at all?
Right, because it already happened. They already knew schools were closed. So why would they? Why would she be watching that?
Right.
Yeah. Who was the cameo?
Which
Who did
one?
like the radio station and then the bathroom?
Oh, Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop.
Why?
That must have been a favor, because that was the stupidest part.
It again,
Like scrub
less than
shit
a
out
minute.
of Yeah, it didn't make I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah, so I was as a kid, I loved the snow tunnel. I thought it was like awesome. I did have a lot of like nostalgia of snow days. I don't know why the fries thing always weirded me out when he put ketchup on himself and pretend he was dead. Uh, yeah, but it doesn't hold up. I'm gonna just admit that here. It does not. It does not hold up.
So as a first-time watcher, for me, this definitely suffered from I didn't even have like the couple of boosts of, oh, I remember when I saw this when I was 10 and it was really funny.
Mm,
This suffered from I saw this too late.
yeah.
Like absolutely suffered from that because I don't think I laughed unironically once. I think I
Mm,
laughed because you and I were making jokes throughout the entire rewatch of the movie,
right.
but I don't think the movie itself the line about Chuck doesn't think made me chuckle. And there were a couple of like I love that quote that Lane says about true love being finding someone you can stand to spend 10 minutes with. I think that holds up still today.
Yeah. That's something that's like oddly like you wouldn't expect that line to be in this kind
Yeah.
of like kids movie.
Yes,
Um,
I agree. But what I love is that even though it feels too deep to be in this type of a movie, when you think about kids in, late middle school, early high school, where these kids are supposed to be in life, that is probably how you define true love. It's somebody that doesn't annoy the crap out of you in a very short period of time. Um, so I agree with you. That whole scene where they're kind of talking about that was a very good scene. And
mhm.
I won't take that away. But the movie overall was a complete miss for me. Complete miss.
I mean, it kind of makes sense now when they said that they shelved it for a while. Because, like, I. they should have shelved it completely.
I
No.
was just gonna say maybe they should have left that one on the shelf. I'm just saying.
if I were
Yikes.
to re. If I were to re. Bleh, I cannot speak today. If I rewrote it, I would just, like, focus on the love story.
Yes.
Because the kid story was kind of stupid to begin with. I get it. You're roping in kids. The movie's intended for young
Yeah.
young adolescents, but
Yeah.
I just think because that message you had, if you would have focused solely on that, you probably would have had a better movie.
I agree.
It would have been like another like rom-com.
It would have been Can't Hardly Wait for younger
Right.
kids.
Right.
That's all
Exactly.
I kept thinking when he was on the news and he's like, I'm going to shoot my shot. I was like, what is this? Can't Hardly Wait for middle schoolers? And I don't know. I agree with you. Had they stuck with that, it would have felt like a 90s rom com geared towards a slightly younger demographic.
Yeah. But I agree with you. It's just it was too all over the place.
Yeah.
The three, I don't know, storylines. If you want to throw the mom in there, I guess. That didn't make that was weird. I mean, you could have cut out. Honestly, you could have cut out the mom and the son, and still it would have been a
It would
fine
have been the
movie.
same movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. So does it hold up? Does it not? Again, I say it doesn't hold up
No.
anymore.
I can't really speak to does it hold up because I don't know if I ever would have said that it was a movie that held up for me because I just saw it.
Right.
But does it hold up if you're watching it for the first time? No, definitely not.
Denied.
Some good music though.
Yes.
There were some good nostalgic songs on that soundtrack.
Shout out Hoku.
Yes.
Not
Our girl.
an what is it, another dumb blonde?
Another dumb blonde. She did Perfect Day.
That
Was
was
that
for that
was
wasn't for this movie. That was
no,
for
no.
Legally Blonde,
Legally
right?
Blonde. Yeah. Yep.
All right. So, going into 2026, are there any genres that you want to explore more?
I feel like I'm pretty eclectic when
Mhm.
it comes to like I'll basically watch any type of movie, anything from animation to foreign movie to horror. We know horror is my favorite, but I'll watch drama, I'll watch comedy. Um, you know what? Yes.
Okay.
Anything that swings, and we've talked about this before,
Mhm.
anything that swings more like action. I
Okay.
tend to write off those movies before I even give them a chance because that is not a genre. And this is TV, movies, books, all of it across the board.
Right. Right.
If it doesn't hit me as an emotional drama or a horror or a sci-fi, I'm usually like, it's probably not for me. Uh,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
don't even give it a chance. So maybe being a little bit more open to exploring things in the action genre.
Okay.
Because that is outside of the Steph comfort zone here. That is not
Right.
something I normally lean into. What
Yeah.
about you?
I think I'd like to get more into like these like indie films.
Okay.
I'd like to get as far as like a book wise, I'd like to dive into like a fantasy,
Oh, okay.
not like these crazy fantasy what's that one? The Court of Thorn and Roses. I'm not
Oh.
talking that kind of fantasy. No. Like a Lord of the Rings or a Game of Thrones like type something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I would say. Because everything else, like I said, like I'm with you. Like I'm pretty versatile. Like I'm open
Yeah.
to anything. Sucker for dramedies. So,
Yeah, I love them too.
is there anything from last year that you want to continue into this year?
I mean, we're
The
doing it
podcast.
right now. We're
Yeah,
doing it
yeah,
right
okay.
now. Yeah, Popcorn and Possibilities has brought nothing but happiness into my world. So this is something that we kicked off last year that I hope goes into 2026 and beyond. And I also, you mentioned this earlier, I also got back into reading. I have
Yeah,
always been an avid reader, and the past couple years, I've just been so shot with everything going on in life and in work and whatever that
yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like, no, I'm going to scroll my phone for 4 hours. And this year, I got back into like, no, I'm going to pick up a book instead. So I
Mhm.
want to keep that going into this year as well.
Yeah. And if you're listening and you are an avid reader and movie watcher, I want to take any suggestions that you might
Yeah.
have. So, me and Steph last year we had read the Pines trilogy, which we love. We didn't come around to the show, but we both enjoyed the trilogy. So we want to do something where we can read it and watch the movie or watch a shortened series. I'm not trying to read Game of Thrones and watch like 90 seasons of it again,
No.
but you
I
know.
think along the lines of Sharp Objects
Okay.
that
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
adapted into the HBO series, or Gone Girl, which was one isolated movie.
Mhm.
We should go back to Wayward Pines, the series.
Yeah.
I have vague memories of watching this during COVID. And the first season I remember thinking was phenomenal. And then the second season, I think I stopped watching after a couple of episodes. But I would be open to revisiting it because the books were that good.
Yeah. I will say Blake Crouch is a great author if anybody's
Yeah.
looking for like he's got a lot of good ones. Recursion is one of my favorite books. He's got another show Dark Matter that's on Apple TV. Um so I definitely recommend him. For me, yeah, I definitely want to continue the podcast. Um I'd like to get back to working on some new music. I'd like to get you on a song or two. One creative risk I want to take this year. I don't know. That's a tough one. What do you think? I'm gonna think on this. Do you have
Oh, for
anything?
me, it's getting in the studio with you.
Okay.
That's done. I I have always loved to sing. I used to dream of being Florence Welch or Haley Williams or, think any female fronted. I wanted to be Amy Lee from Evanescence in middle school, like so bad.
Right.
Um, that's always been a dream of mine. So you kind of pushing me and challenging me is going to check that box on my list of a creative risk I want to take this year because I've never had the guts to actually do it for real. Like I'll
Yeah.
sing in the shower, I'll sing in the car, I'll sing while I'm cooking, I don't care. But to
Right.
do it in a way that's like, oh God,
Permanent.
other people are gonna hear this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That I've not done. So I think that would certainly be pushing myself to a
To a new.
new level of outside of my comfort zone. Yeah.
Not sure if I'll get around to it just this year, but if I can begin writing again, something like that. I did used to write a lot, so, and like I said, I do want to work on a new project. I do want to get new music out, so that is definitely something on the horizon for me.
We should keep
Um,
each other honest with the writing. I used to write a lot too, and I just
yeah,
don't anymore. So we should
This-
hold each other accountable to
yeah,
picking that back up.
the pop and pos multiverse over here.
Yeah.
um,
Popcorn possibilities and poetry.
I like this question. So, what's something that you've learned about your taste of movies or art in general this past year? If you need a second, I got one.
Go ahead. Yeah, I gotta
Okay.
think.
So through doing our movie reviews, I realized that we've talked about this, I think, on a prior episode, but strong character development is definitely, I've noticed is a big thing for me.
I have learned that a coherent, consistent, and strong through line in terms of plot is critical for me to invest in your story enough to care about it from beginning to end. I am so with you on character development, but I kind of already knew that about myself. I
Okay.
think we watch such a wide array of films from different studios, different directors, different
Mm.
genres, things like that. And I mean, I've talked about my paper thin plots quite a few times over the last year. And I
Yeah, yeah.
think I learned for me, like when we look back at some of the ones that we were like, oh my God, what a dud. It's
Mm.
because the plot either was non existent, didn't make sense, or like in Snow Day, like we just talked about, there was so much going on and none of it was cohesive and none of it ultimately meant anything. There
Right.
was no strong plot line that drove the story. So I learned that for me, you really lose me if you don't have that to carry you through the whole entire runtime of the movie.
Okay. Okay. I like that. Um, is there a movie or show that stuck with you from last year?
That we watched, or it could be anything.
It could be anything if it's not something we watched. I think the Blair Witch movie wise stuck out the most for me from last
Yeah,
year.
let's go.
um,
I'm
show
trying to
wise,
think.
I would say Severance.
Severance. That's
Y-
exact. I am right
Yeah.
there with you. Me too. Do you know what movie? We did briefly talk about this on the pod. It's not one we watched or rewatched, but Bring Her Back
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
kind of been haunting me. Not
Mm,
haunting in a bad way, just like it's stuck with me to that level since we saw it. And I
okay.
think that is probably the only movie I saw this year that I can say that about. That it had
Mm,
that much of an impact on me, you know?
yeah. Yeah. Is there a pop culture moment or a movie scene or something that lives rent free in your head from this year? From this podcast, it's definitely the early movies that we watched.
Oh my God.
Just let and
Titan comes to mind.
Titan is one
Oh,
that I want to forget, but I don't think I
I
ever
can't.
will.
I will never forget it as long as I live. Yeah.
Titan and She Dies Tomorrow are two that
Oh,
I just can't get out of my
I
head.
can't shake them. They were that bad. Oh my God. What was that freaking song in She Dies Tomorrow?
Oh God, it was like always repeating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I managed to
It
forget
was like,
that
I
one.
know. Oh my God. It was it'll come to me later.
All right, so we can. I'll give you my last question here.
Okay.
If last year was a movie, what would you rate it?
I think if I had to if I had to rate 2025, I would rate it a mostly sunny.
Oh, okay.
So, 2024 was probably one of the most challenging years I had
Mm,
in my adult life, I would say. That was a really
right.
rough year for me.
Mhm.
And 2025 was almost like a renaissance in a lot of ways. It was getting back to my creative roots. It was kind of watching this grow and blossom. And, you and I developed this beautiful friendship, and through this love of pop culture and movies, we really got to come together and make something that I think we're both really excited about and that we're both really proud of so far.
Yeah.
I had some really cool things happen in my professional life that were great developments for me. So overall, it was coming out of the darkness of 2024 into the light of 2025. And while I don't think it was a perfect year,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
it was mostly sunny on all
Hmm.
accounts.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah. What about you?
Uh,
Where are you rating it?
I'll say it's cloudy. I felt like I lived two different years within this year. I think on the positive, it's like you said, is kind of getting back to the creative side and trying something different. I've done music for so long. It was like my only form of creativity. I've always wanted to do more. I just didn't know how to start it. Um, so kind of doing this podcast, it's opened up a couple of things that I wanted to do as well between like seeing other people's dreams and what they did with it and like kind of relate because sometimes it feels like I'm working this 9 to 5, I have nothing else going on, and it feels like I failed my dreams. So to kind of hear other people's stories is like inspirational to me. And then doing the pop culture movies with you, because I feel like there's still so much I've not watched, and even classic movies wise. So kind of getting that, and then also like our friendship as well, um has been like all like blessings, I would say, in this year. um I think the struggle is I was in my head a lot, and so like I want to be able to use more of the creativity, expand on that, and not focus on like what I don't have, or who I'm not seeing, or who's not being there for me or whatever. So I think that's like my main thing. Not to have this like super serious moment here, but
No, I
that's
think I think it's great.
yeah, I think I learned that creativity really breaks you out of whatever like cycle you might be in, or whatever down feeling you're feeling in. And that would be my advice to you. Even if you suck at it, just do it. We recorded, what was it, like 6 or 7 episodes before we released one,
That'll
and
never see the light
that'll
of day.
never see the light of day. And it was fun though, because it blossomed into this. So even if this failed, it's still something we've done, and it's there. The outcome was the growth in our friendship, the growth in like seeing movies I haven't seen. So like, just give yourself a break and just go for it. Not to get end this on a philosophical note, but that's where that's where we're at here.
I think you nailed it. And I mean, we've had the pleasure, like I said, we've had Kyle and Zuzu on. We've gotten to talk to Val, who's gotten to share like her dream.
Yeah.
And we've got some more pop-ins on the way, but I
Hmm.
feel like that's the some of the best advice we've gotten from all of the creators and creatives we've talked to is don't shoot yourself down before you take the chance.
Hmm.
Put yourself out there, be authentic to yourself, and do what you want to do. Give yourself a shot.
Hmm.
So I think what you just said, be kind to yourself, don't self-limit, get out there and just do it.
Yeah.
Um, that's been a huge lesson for me too. I mean, we talked about millennial perfectionism a short
Right.
while ago, but your first try is not always going to be perfect. Your first try at something isn't always going to develop into something you want to continue to pursue. But if
Right.
it's something you've dreamed of and if it's something you've always thought about doing, you owe it to yourself to take the chance and just try it. Just try it because you never know where it's going to go.
The all or nothing is like the millennial way, and it's like
Yes,
you
yes,
don't need all or nothing. You can do
yes,
a little bit to get to something is should be the change in the mindset. So,
yes.
um, but yeah,
Oh, and the only other thing I wanted to include is it was Mozart's Lacrimosa from
that's
She
it.
Dies
That
Tomorrow. It's
that's
gonna
it.
drive me nuts.
Great watch if you want to watch it on Tubi. I don't
No,
recommend
don't,
it.
don't. I think that was our first Black Clouds.
It definitely was.
And then Titan was like a natural disaster.
Yeah.
I don't remember. God.
Yeah.
What a year. What a
What a
year.
year. But yeah, so we'll work on more interviews. We'll have more movie reviews coming for you. Any recommendations, shoot us our way. I'm Brian. We got Steph over there. And keep your popcorn popping.
And your possibilities endless.
See you later.
Bye.